Welcome to cooking cheap, easy, and tasty meal. I'm going to make some molasses cookies tonight. So what I've done is I've melted some butter. That's 3/4 of a cup of butter. I'm going to add 1 cup of sugar, half a cup at a time. Okay, so there's 1 cup of sugar. And I am going to add 1/4 cup of molasses. I sprayed this 1/4 cup measuring cup with oil, hoping that it would make it easier to get out. Turns out it's going to be hard to get the other out. More problem than this. Okay, I guess I'm almost out. I've made several things with molasses lately, and I guess I have used my molasses up. Yep, okay, that's enough. Okay, I sprayed it. I'm just going to scrape it out just in case. This stuff is even stickier than honey. Okay. That's 1/4 cup. I'm going to get the last little bit out of this bottle. This is Steen's home style molasses. It's really good. It's the one I've been using during my life. I guess it comes from right here, but it's really a strong molasses. Okay. So first thing we're going to do is mix these up. Get them mixed together real well. This is definitely a molasses cookie. Molasses has that rich, sugary flavor, but it really needs to be mixed with something else. Otherwise, it's just plain, just too strong. You could do this with a mixer if you prefer, but it's usually simple enough to do that I just do it by hand. Get it mixed up pretty well. Now to that, we're going to add 1 egg. Had somebody say recently that the reason when you have multiple eggs, you do them one at a time is it helps it emulsify in the mixture better. I don't know. If you mix it well enough, I think it does anyway, but that may be true if you're doing multiple eggs. This is only requires 1 egg, so it's not a problem. And I'm not concerned about that. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is add 2 cups of flour. Just all-purpose flour. And scoop it and then scrape the top off to level. It's 1 cup. I'm going to mix it in for a minute, just to make it easier. And while I'm doing it, I'm going to go ahead and add my spices. This is ginger, cinnamon, and cloves. And I'm going to go ahead and add my baking soda. It is baking soda, not baking powder. I still have to add another cup of flour, but I figure I might as well go ahead and get all that mixed in while I'm at it. Now you could have mixed all that into the flour separately and just added it that way, but I usually try not to mess up any more bowls than I have to. Okay. Another cup of flour. All the flour. Again, we're just going to keep mixing it. It's plenty of liquid in there to mix in with this. It just takes a while to get it all mixed together. Again, if you're using a mixer, it would probably be easier, but there's no reason you have to do that. You can do it by hand. It just takes a little more time. But you can see you couldn't do this with a whisk. I'm just going to keep stirring it and pressing the mixture together until it comes together. But it is a pretty stiff mixture, I will say. In fact, I think I'm going to switch to a spoon. This is something a little sturdier. When all else fails, use your hands. Yeah, it's plenty moist. It's just getting it to mix together is the problem. One of the advantages of having a mixer is it doesn't get tired of doing this generally. All right, that's pretty well mixed. I don't want to overdo it. All right, now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to heat the oven to 350 degrees. I've got to get a baking tray. And a mat. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just use a teaspoon to get these cookies out. First thing I'm going to do is make them about that big. Just about a teaspoon. The last time I made these, I made them bigger. And they were good, but I think they were really too big. You really want a smaller cookie with something that is as intensely flavorful as this is. This is a really flavorful cookie. It's a delicious cookie. But it's also something you probably don't want a lot of at one time. You might want a smaller cookie. It's a great cookie with hot chocolate, coffee, whatever you want to have to drink with it. The scoop I have is a 2.5 teaspoon, so that's what I made last time, and they were just a little too big, I think. So I'm going to make the first dozen of them. Now, the next step in this is to get a bowl, put some sugar in it. These cookies need to be rolled in the sugar. Then we'll put them down and press them. Just give them a head start. I don't think they'll spread much wider than that, but just in case, I want to at least have them going where I want them to go. Okay, and I'm going to press these down. Try and make nice little round cookies. One of the advantages of having a sheet that has a little guide on it is you can try and get them to be a little bit closer to being a little round cookie instead of what they're going to automatically be ovals and whatever weird little shape they're going to choose to be, which is okay. But I like them like that. All right, so there we are. I'm going to bake these for 11 or 12 minutes at 350. They'll be crispy on the outside and soft on the inside. That's my objective. So once I get a batch made, we'll take a look. Well, they spread more than I actually thought they would, but they're fine. Okay, I'm going to let them cool, and then we'll try them. But I would say they're done. They look like they're beginning to brown on the edges, and that's the key. Okay, here are the cookies, the first batch, 12. I froze the rest. They crisp up and get better over time, but they're really chewy. Really nice flavor, assuming you like molasses and ginger and cinnamon and cloves. And you can bring up the flavor by adding more seasoning or bring it down. But this is a great little cookie. And having made these before, I can tell you that the longer they sit, the crisper they become. But they are always crisp on the outside and soft on the inside. Depending on your oven, you may want to adjust how long you cook them. Basically, I put mine together, put them in the freezer, and I'll pull them out and make them as I want to eat them rather than cooking them all up front. These won't last very long because they're already cooked. Anyway, I cooked these for right at 11 minutes. You'll just have to check your oven and see how that works. Good luck. I hope you try them, and I think you'll really enjoy them. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and give us a like. Thank you.